Hello lovelies, I'm Cameron. Welcome to my channel and to my Morphe. I'm really happy you're here today and I'm excited to walk you through today's video. It's a simple and sweet cotton candy eye that you see here. Let's get going. I've already taken care of my base. That includes my brows and my eyeshadow primer. Today I used the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I've been using that a lot recently and I'm really loving it. We're going to be walking through the eyeshadow, cheeks, and lips today. Now starting with the eyes, I'll recommend using at least 2 shadows. I really think you can get away with just using 2 if you want to be more on the minimalist side, but feel free to use as many as you want to add dimension and layers as you go and make it more cotton candy, mermaidy, unicorn-esque. Whatever you feel. For my first eyeshadow, I'm using this pink color. It's called Sandbar from Colourpop. Super cute. Using a fluffy brush like this one from Morphe. This is the M504. Dipping into the color right now and making sure to get just a little bit. This shadow in particular can be pretty pigmented, and you always want to start with a little and build up just so you have a little bit more control over the color that you get. And taking it directly to the crease of my eye and bringing it out toward the outer corner, not going too far in to my inner corner. Adding another light layer and then just going back and forth, focusing a little bit closer down toward the lash line. And taking whatever's left on the brush and bringing it up closer to the brow bone. Continuing to layer little by little as I go with really light pressure and light strokes, back and forth, barely moving the lid. This way you're not tugging and creating any rough texture, especially if you're using a primer under your shadow. A brush like this might seem a little bit on the big side for a job like this, but I like to use it because it helps make it look very diffuse. Like, I'm not trying to create a crazy shape, I just want it to be this nice even blend that just kind of disappears into my eyebrow and the rest of my face. Now I'm just using whatever's left on my brush and bringing it in closer to the inner corner. Again, I don't want it to be too heavily pigmented here, but I do like being able to bring it all the way through so the look is a little more cohesive. It's a really minor step, but I think it makes a nice little difference tying it all together. Now onto the second eyeshadow. I'm using this light blue periwinkle color with this really pretty pinky purple flop to it, that shimmer. This one's called Bassline and it's also from Colourpop. To apply this blue shadow, I'm using this flat shader brush. This is the Luxie 209. Applying this closer to my inner corner, down toward my lash line, and up toward my crease and a little bit farther above that. Continuing to sweep it across the lid so that it meets the pink for this really cute purpley fusion moment. Layer, layer, layer. And you can really see the intensity come out the more layers you add of this specific shadow. It's amazing. It's actually one of my favorites. Now that I have my base layers of both colors down, I realize I want to bump up the pink a little bit more, so I'm gonna do that. Bringing it up at my crease and blending the two together. And now I want to go back in with the blue and basically bringing it all the way across my lid, just having the pink be a little bit of a shadow and something to blend in with. Blend, blend, blend. I like it. Now for just a little more razzle dazzle, because I'm not one to ever turn that down, I'm going to add a third color. This one is going to be a really great mixture of the two, so this is most likely going to be some sort of duochrome, shimmery metallic something. Just my preference. Pulling this shade from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, this is the shade called Twilight. Ooh. Using my ring finger and just taking it right into the center of my lid. I love the way that really brings it all together. Now at this point, normally I would do a lower lash shadow. That's typically like 99% of the time what I do, but my gut tells me not to do it today. And we're gonna listen to her. But feel free to do you. So that means it's mascara time. I'm gonna use this BADGal Bang from Benefit on both top and bottom lashes, especially since I'm not doing a lower lash shadow. When I'm doing a bold look like this, I want to at least have a little more drama and even both top and bottom out. I've already curled my lashes, as I normally do, and now I'm just making sure that I get every little lash coated and lengthened, because that's what this mascara is really good at, and it separates pretty nicely. I'm pretty sure mascara is like the most tedious part of my makeup routine, just because I care. I really care. And we're back. Notice anything different about me? If you do happen to get mascara on your skin like I so often do, don't freak out, especially if you've already put down your eyeshadow and you're like, no, my masterpiece. I promise, just stay calm, don't touch it, give it a few seconds, minutes to dry, and then go in with a clean brush like I'm about to use, a Q-tip, even your finger, and you'll be able to just kind of flick it off. I'll show you. See? Also, if you're prone to creasing of any sort, for me it's my little forehead lines and under my eyes, go back in with your finger or your blender. I used a beauty sponge today and just lightly press it out. And then make sure to use some powder when you're all the way done with your makeup. We're done with the eyes for now. Nothing's ever set in stone. You can always go back and fix and tweak, especially as you keep looking at your work. Just do what feels good, and I feel good stopping it right here. I realized for the cheeks and the lips that I don't want it to be too pinky purpley, just because I think that might be a little overkill specifically for this look, so I want to go a little bit lighter, warmer, more peachy. The blush I'm using is from Gigi Gorgeous. It's a collaboration with IPSY, and it was a limited time situation. This one's called The Only Blush Authentic. I'm not usually a big follower or fan of Gigi Gorgeous, just not on my radar, but I love this blush. Well done. Using my Luxie 514 blush brush and just going right in. Dabbing lightly, again, barely moving the skin, so you're making sure to apply and not drag the product. If you ever feel like you got a little too carried away with your blush, feel free to use the blender or the brush or whatever you used to apply your foundation that still has your foundation on it, and then just tap over where you want to cover it up a little bit, just to make it a little bit more of a seamless blend. Now onto lips, keeping the more peachy with a little bit of pink still vibe going. Using this liner from LA Girl called Flesh and this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. It's too much. Too much, too much, too much. I wasn't loving it. We're gonna rework this. It was just a little too much. I don't think it was the right color, and I think it was competing a little bit too much with the eye. The eye is already colorful, but not hopefully too overpowering, and I really want the rest of the look to just be the supporting actresses, the backup singers, if you will. So I think I'm just gonna use a little bit of the butter gloss and call it a day. Using my finger just to take away some extra shine. I like the gloss because I love the color that it gives, and obviously you can build it up if you want more glossiness. I want to keep it chill. All right, I can work with this. Last step, a little bit of highlighter, because who doesn't love some glow? Use my little fan brush from Luxie, sweeping it over top my cheekbone and just up toward my eyebrow bone. And add in some more, because that's our business. Gonna use my pinky and take a little highlighter just in the inner corner for added pizzazz. I pretty naturally gravitate toward more purpley looks on myself, and I just love them on everybody, so there's no surprise that this is one of my favorites. I really hope you enjoyed and that you feel like maybe recreating your own cotton candy look at home. This was really fun for me to do. It's just fun to have fun, and it's hard to feel like doing that with makeup when you don't really have places to show it off. So let's show it off to each other on the interwebs. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate you. As always, I'm here if you have any kind of questions, so feel free to have a conversation in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Love you. Please put the shop back. Stop that. My recording is whack, and there was nothing I can do about that. Please, for the love of dogs, stop. And that's that on they. And